Today's video is sponsored by Noom.
I know people that eat like junk. They live a long life and they're fine and happy. Honestly, that was my motto for a long time. Healthy eating or eating to feel better just really wasn't in my vocabulary. Something I don't talk about often on the channel is health food. I'm not a dietitian and I never really took the time to learn about it. I mean, besides when I was a kid in the 80s learning about the food pyramid, but we all learned that's just another childhood lie. Healthy eating seemed silly. But over the last 10 years, from 30 to 40, I started noticing some significant changes in the way that I felt. I wasn't as energetic, I would start getting extremely bloated when I ate, I would have gas and heartburn, and I would be burping constantly. It was terrible. I would eat the smallest meals, the same thing as my wife, and I would feel like I just got done eating Thanksgiving dinner. And I was gaining a lot of weight. The worst part of it was the constant acid reflux. I'm still suffering with this from time to time. I do get flare-ups, but it's gotten better. And sadly to say, that was with no help from my doctors. That's until I went to see my new acupuncturist. And she was the one who brought up eating congee and oatmeal to help me reset, and that kind of sparked a little thought because I know when I was a kid, my mom would make me oatmeal when I had an upset stomach. It's the first thing people do when they get sick. They look for comforting meals. One specifically, porridge. Now, porridge comes in loads of different varieties from all over the world. The one porridge I want to focus specifically on is congee. Congee is a Chinese rice porridge that's made a load of different ways using a load of different preparation techniques and has different toppings and varieties. The one that I'm going to be using is pretty much just rice with a lot of water, cooked over a long period of time and then constantly stirred. I'm going to link some people in the description below that have authentic recipes, people that grew up with this and probably know a heck of a lot more about it than me, so I don't want to take away from actual people who know great recipes here. But it's helped. It's like the #1 comfort food to lots of different people. And the sad thing is this recipe has been known for thousands of years, but not a single doctor hooked me up with relief. But it's also pretty nourishing. I mean, like knowing that it's one of the #1 gut healing foods because of how easy it is to digest. Now it's thick and creamy, and there's not a lot of flavor to it. It doesn't taste bad, it's actually kind of comforting, which is the point. Now commonly you wouldn't just eat this plain with nothing on it or just made purely from water, but that's what I'm doing. I need a reset. This version, completely plain, might not be something that you crave, but you will crave how much better you feel after a few days of this when you had a sour stomach. Now, a lot of you have been asking about my weight loss lately, and I have one more porridge to help kickstart that healthy stomach, but all of it adds up to being healthy, so let me tell you about Noom. Noom leverages a powerful combination of human coaches, psychology, and science to empower people to take control of their own health. All in all, since I started Noom 2 years ago, I am down 64 pounds. Now that weight loss kind of falls into two different sections. I got busy, I got married, I kind of fell off the weight loss journey. But I kept using what I learned with Noom originally to stay at a stable weight. The entire year that I wasn't focused on my weight loss, I didn't gain a single pound. In the last 6 months, I'm down 44 pounds and I am just stoked about it. I feel great. I'm back to tracking. I track my water, my movement. I'm starting to run. It's something I never thought I would ever do. Noom is great. The lessons are fantastic, and one of my favorites teaches you about breaking your behavior train and learn what causes you to not do things that you can lead to developing good habits. Like, why didn't I want to go running this morning? I probably could have chose not to, but I used some tools and I ended up getting up and moving. Noom helps users better understand themselves, their brains, and the science of choice. So gang, I am really proud of this one. If you want to start taking your health more serious like me, click the link in the description to take your free Noom evaluation and start your free 14-day trial. It's quick, easy, and it will help you create a custom plan. I'm so glad I did. Noom, thanks for sponsoring today's video and helping me just feel better. Now back to the restart round. Now you've had your congee in the morning, and now let's move to the evening, which is what are you gonna do? And that would be, for me, oatmeal. Now this is something that I did grow up with. It is a comforting food, but not something that I thought of that could actually heal. Now again, there's a million ways to do this, but I'm going purely off of the base of having a really rough stomach and getting you back to some normal food again. We're just gonna bring 1 3/4 cup of water to a boil and then add a 1/2 cup of steel cut oats. And then we're just gonna continue stirring until it's nice and creamy. Now this has been pretty plain and we wanna add some more nutrients into it. So for me, this is something that I've used for a long time. I use it because of its irony taste, and that's blackstrap molasses. It's a nutrient powerhouse laced with antioxidants, iron, calcium, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, B6. There's a lot. It can relieve constipation, treat anemia, and support bone and hair health. I mean, there's really a lot of things that blackstrap molasses is known to do really well at. Not everybody can have blackstrap molasses, so make sure you check it out. You don't want to take more than a tablespoon in a day. Personally, for me, for my oatmeal, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons, and it's rich. 2 teaspoons is enough for me. But this restart has been really great for my gut health, and it's something that if you feel like you need, you might consider trying. But porridge has its place around the world with different variations using different grains, rice or oats, legumes, to make people feel better when they don't feel good. So if it's known around the world as the go-to to feel better, why aren't American doctors recommending this first? If my doctors would have told me about this a year ago, I would have suffered a lot less.